Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining me on my stream. My name is DOX Coolbreeze. I am a member of Clan DOX, and you can also visit us at our clan website, www.darkonyx4thewin. What I'd like to talk to you about today is, as most of us have now joined the ladder on Heart of the Swarm, there's a lot of new units and new strategies that have come out, and basically I'd just like to take a look at a game that I lost, as White Raw like to say, more GG equals more skill. Basically, this is a game that I'd like to analyze because it's a short one, A, and B, because it's a game that I didn't win. And so we're just going to take a look back and see what happened to contribute to that. Let's see, I am currently in game here. Let's get some play action going and we'll kick it over on the stream. As a Terran player, whenever I'm playing a Protoss player, I'm going to delay my scouting, speed this up a hair, till I have both my supply depot and my barracks down. And the reasons that I do this are, whenever I'm scouting against a Protoss player, I'm not going to see any of their tech or any indicators as to what tech tree they may be going until that point in time. Their early game build is fairly standard. So I'm going to go ahead and put my supply depot down, barracks will be following, and then you'll see my scout move out. Assuming there's no harassment, because you know how Protoss players love to send out that pesky little probe. Of course, and here he is. Now, some of the wonderful stuff with the beauty of a replay is we also get to see what the Protoss player is doing from his point of view, which we do see that early gas, Cybercore, and the second gas goes down. But we're going to slow this down and look at it from Breeze view, and we're going to talk about what I'm looking for in the scouting. When you go to scout a Protoss player's base, you're going to hit approximately, if it's a two-player map, should be right before or at the 4-minute mark with your barracks going down and your supply depot going down. There's going to be three things that are going to be very indicative of the tech tree that the Protoss player will be going. Number one, and this is a beautiful little nugget that I picked up off the forums, is you want to count their pylons. They should have 3 down at this point in time unless they're just really bad. But this being a diamond level game, I just expected that he's playing fairly standard. The second one is the quantity of gas that has been mined. Let me get off the Control-Shift-F. You see there's 240 there and 232 here there. The quantity of gas and the number of gas geysers that he's taken, which is 2. Let me pause here. Now, since this is the double geyser, that indicates to me that he's going for something heavy gas, which at this point in time, because it is Heart of the Swarm, I'm either looking at maybe a Blinkstalker all-in, but it's probably going to be DTs or some kind of funky airplay. The third thing you can look at is what the actual tech structures that you see in the base, which right now we have a Psy-Core and a Gateway, and then where the Chrono's going in that, which he's fairly full. And in a diamond level game, that's probably not going to be happening unless it's on purpose and where he's dumping that Chrono. If you're looking at 4-gate kind of pressure, of course the Chrono will be going into the Cybernetics core. If we expected the Protoss player to expand, typically they might Chrono out one of their first units if they feel like there's aggression going on, but since he scouted me and he only saw the 1 Rax fast expand, probably not expecting very much pressure. So his Chrono should be going into his Nexus, but we'll see what happens here. And he does have a Chrono on the Nexus. Speed this up. Next Chrono is going to be, I believe, on the Gateway, if I remember right. So, fairly standard stuff. Now, as Breeze, this is beautiful. I don't see the expansion. I don't see the third pylon. The next thing that I'm thinking is, there's a Stargate out there somewhere, and I've got to find it. Now, past Breeze, if I could tell him, hey, you're an idiot, I would, because he starts scouting in the most retarded places, like over here and over here. But realistically, and of course, because we have the miracle of map vision, we know that the Stargate's going to be over here. In fact, I believe I even call him out in this. Yep, there you are. Where are you hiding your oracles? Past Breeze is very intuitive. Of course, this guy tries to lie to me. Anyway, so with that said, my natural reaction is I throw down an engineering bay, I throw down turrets, and I continue to macro up and tech up. Dignitas Apollo has a great, it's not Apollo, but pretty much every StarCraft 2 player is going to tell you that when you're ahead, get further ahead. We know that our players invested in some tech. I can shut them down with a singular turret in my mineral line because it'll give me enough zone control that if that Protoss player tries to move in with his Oracle, there's really nothing he can do without taking damage from that, and an Oracle will not beat a missile turret. That'll give me protection for my SCVs, and unless he focus fires them down, the Oracle should automatically prioritize the turret. The next thing that I did is I continued to try and macro. You can notice that I panicked a little bit because I didn't find the Stargate, so I still really don't have a good idea, even though my intuition is telling me that. Protoss player comes in. not bad macro, but he shouldn't have taken that much hull damage. But as you can see, it just forces him out with that zone control. And of course I had to call my opponent out because my intuition in the game told me oracles, and then you see it, so you gotta say it. Now the big problem with my build here, and this is what you have to expect next, is what's the transition that my opponent's going to be going for. I have a sizable marine force, but against even 2 oracles, even if they're taking the damage, I don't know what the ratio is, but I think it's about 5 marines per oracle to take that. I'm not in very good shape. On top of that, there is a possibility that my Protoss player has ground forces, but my mindset at this point in time in the game is I want to take advantage of my macro lead. I want to start getting tech out, which, as you'll see, I believe I have a factory here somewhere. Yeah, there it goes. Then I try and get a tech lab out as well, which I believe will go on here, so that I can start getting, I believe stim is a very important thing to have at this point in time. But basically just general macro slipping issues is what kind of hurts me in this game. And for some reason, I think Past Breeze got it in his mind that Medivacs would really get him out of this. Past Breeze, you're an idiot. In either case, something I've been kind of toying with, bunker placement was imperative in this point in time. 3 of them would be nice, one there, maybe somewhere out there. But one thing I've kind of been playing with is, because you know your opponents be coming in with air units, be it Void Rays or those oracles, is maybe do like 2 bunkers with a turret in the center. My reaction instead is I'm going to headbutt this force of oracles, which is shred marines, stalkers, zealots, and a mothership core, with a bunch of marines with no combat shields, no stim, and no hope. I probably should have pulled some SCVs off the line a little earlier, but I just don't feel like there's enough SCVs in the world that are going to save this. Past Breeze knows at this point in time the game is over. I'm just microing because that's what I do. And that pretty much ends the game. Now, as painful as this is to watch even again, something that I'd like for you guys to take away from this is the scouting and what you're looking for with oracles and how to react to it. You're going to be looking... Sorry, my cat loves attention. You're going to be looking for the pylon placement. You're looking for where his 3 pylons are in his main base. You're going to be looking at both gases, if they have 2 gases, if they have 1 gas, the tech structures that are in the base, and where the chrono's going in those tech structures. If you don't see those 3 pylons there, there's a fairly good chance that your Protoss opponent is hiding something somewhere on the map. And then on top of that, that double gas just completely, in my personal opinion, is indicative of that, because I don't believe with a robotics facility they need that double gas that early. They're going to grab it, but it's not going to be at that 4-minute mark. Anyway, this has been a video to try and help you guys out on that ladder. Hopefully this helps you guys, and I will see you